Dillian Whyte's unfortunate injury has led to a shakeup in the heavyweight clash originally set for April 5th in Manchester, where he was scheduled to face Joe Joyce. However, in a swift and commendable move by the event organizers, a high-caliber replacement has been secured. Croatian powerhouse Filip Hrgovic, currently holding a record of 17 wins, 1 loss, and 14 knockouts, has stepped in to fill the void. This bout now has the potential to be even more intriguing than the initial matchup, with fans already debating whether this late substitution has made the event even more compelling. Hrgovic is a seasoned and powerful contender despite suffering his first professional defeat at the hands of Daniel Dubois in June of last year. That loss came via an 8th-round knockout, but not before Hrgovic showcased his dangerous right hand, landing several punishing shots in the early rounds. Ultimately, Dubois proved too resilient, wearing down Hrgovic and securing the stoppage. Now, Hrgovic sees this fight as a major opportunity to reaffirm his status as a top-tier heavyweight, and stepping in on short notice only underscores his willingness to take on a serious challenge. For Joe Joyce, this fight represents a crossroads moment. The 39-year-old British heavyweight, known as the Juggernaut, has suffered 3 losses in his last 4 outings, including a defeat to veteran Derek Chisora via unanimous decision last July. That fight exposed Joyce's declining durability, as Chisora, at 40 years old, was able to drop him in the 7th round and land power shots with alarming ease. Before that, Joyce endured back-to-back stoppage losses to Zhilei Zhang, further raising questions about how much he has left in the tank at this stage of his career. The key factor in this fight could be Hrgovic's punch resistance. His loss to Dubois was a grueling affair, and if the Croatian has not fully recovered, Joyce may have an opening. However, many believe that Hrgovic still possesses far superior technical ability and physical conditioning compared to Joyce at this point. If Hrgovic fights at his best, he could add another loss to Joyce's growing record of setbacks. Interestingly, the two have history. Joyce and Hrgovic faced off back in 2013 during the World Series of Boxing, with Joyce eking out a 5-round split decision victory. But that was over a decade ago in the amateur ranks, and both men have evolved significantly since then. Joyce, now older and considerably slower, is far from the fighter who once got the better of Hrgovic. Meanwhile, Hrgovic has refined his skills and remains a legitimate threat in the heavyweight division. With the injury to Whyte still raising some eyebrows, particularly whether proper medical documentation was provided, questions linger about whether he will return to the mix later in the year. In the meantime, Joyce versus Hrgovic has all the makings of an intense battle that could dictate the trajectory of both fighters' careers. Will Joyce defy the odds and reclaim his former glory, or will Hrgovic use this moment to catapult himself back into heavyweight title contention? Fans won't have to wait long to find out. Undisputed light heavyweight champion Dmitry Bivol, with 24 victories, 12 by knockout, and a single defeat, has been officially ordered by the WBC to defend his title against mandatory challenger David Benavidez. This directive places Bivol in a difficult position, forcing him to choose between defending his WBC belt against Benavidez, who boasts an undefeated record of 30 wins with 24 knockouts, or vacating the title to pursue a highly anticipated trilogy bout with former undisputed champion Artur Beterbiev. The potential third fight between Bivol and Beterbiev is reportedly of great interest to Turki Alalshik, adding further intrigue to the situation. According to Ring Magazine, WBC President Mauricio Sulaiman has confirmed that the sanctioning body has officially ordered Bivol to defend his title against Benavidez. If he wishes to retain the championship, there is no alternative. He must step into the ring with Benavidez. While Bivol could explore the option of paying Benavidez a step-aside fee, it would require a significant sum to persuade the Mexican monster to forgo his rightful opportunity. Given Benavidez's dominant victory over WBA regular champion David Morrell on February 1st, he has more than earned his shot at the title, and prolonging his wait serves little purpose. The landscape of the division could shift dramatically depending on Bivol's decision. The ongoing rivalry between Bivol and Benavidez has failed to captivate many U.S. boxing fans who crave high-action bouts. Critics argue that Bivol's elusive movement and Benavidez's increasingly sluggish performances have resulted in lackluster fights. Many believe it's time for fresh blood to take over, with Benavidez's aggressive, high-volume style providing the perfect antidote to Bivol's tactical approach. His relentless pressure, swift combinations, and ability to cut off the ring effectively make him a formidable challenge, one that Bivol may struggle to overcome. Eddie Hearn, Bivol's promoter, seems to recognize the risk Benavidez presents and is reportedly considering other high-profile matchups for the champion. According to Hearn, the preferred options for Bivol's next fight include a rematch with Canelo Alvarez, a trilogy bout with Artur Beterbiev, a showdown with Callum Smith. As negotiations unfold, the light heavyweight division stands at a crossroads. Will Bivol take on Benavidez and defend his crown, or will he vacate the belt in pursuit of further legacy-defining fights? The answer will shape the immediate future of the sport.
Hopefully, you guys accepted to fight me because you guys want to fight. You guys want to fight the best, not because you guys wanted a tune-up. Because if that's the case, that was a big mistake.
Devin Haney is taking on a significantly greater risk than Ryan Garcia in his highly anticipated 12-round welterweight clash against former WBC and WBO light welterweight champion Jose Ramirez on May 2nd at Times Square in New York City. This bout, reportedly initiated by Haney himself, is his attempt to reaffirm his status as one of the best fighters in the world. However, this decision may prove to be a costly gamble. Haney is eager to silence his critics and demonstrate that he is back in peak form. Ramirez is not the kind of opponent one should take lightly, and Haney may soon realize the weight of his decision. A loss here would be devastating for his career, jeopardizing his planned high-stakes rematch with Ryan Garcia in October. Meanwhile, Garcia has a seemingly more favorable matchup against Rolando Romero in the card's main event. Raleigh, the former WBA light welterweight champion, suffered a brutal knockout defeat at the hands of Pitbull Cruz last year in March and has struggled to regain his footing since his sixth-round technical knockout loss to Gervonta Davis in 2022. Many believe his ability to absorb punches has significantly diminished, making Garcia's path to victory appear much smoother than Haney's. For his part, Ramirez is confident that Haney made a grave miscalculation in choosing him as a tune-up opponent. Speaking ahead of their 144-pound catchweight bout on the Fatal Fury card, Ramirez made it clear that he intends to apply relentless pressure, ensuring Haney doesn't get a moment's respite, unlike Ryan Garcia, who took rounds off in his bout against Haney last April. Ramirez has made it known that should he emerge victorious against Haney, he will immediately set his sights on the winner of Garcia versus Romero. Whether the Haney-Ramirez fight will serve as a de facto eliminator for a shot at the Garcia-Raleigh victor remains unclear, as Turki Alalshik has yet to confirm any such implications. However, aligning these matchups to create a natural progression toward a mega fight would be the most logical course of action. A loss to Ramirez would put Haney's career in dire straits, considering this fight was meant to be a warm-up before a lucrative rematch with Garcia. Some observers speculate that Haney's inactivity since his lopsided defeat to Garcia on April 20th of last year was a strategic move to preserve his rematch opportunity, avoiding potential losses in the interim. The psychological toll of his defeat to Garcia may still linger. Haney was thoroughly outclassed, suffering 3 knockdowns in what was widely regarded as a one-sided beatdown at the Barclays Center in Brooklyn. That fight may have left lasting scars, potentially explaining his cautious approach to rebuilding his career. Questions also remain regarding Haney's decision to relinquish his WBC 140-pound title and remain inactive for a full year. If he still possessed unwavering self-belief, why step away from the sport for so long? It's possible that his loss to Garcia did more than just inflict physical damage. It may have shaken his confidence to its core. Ramirez himself believes Haney may have bitten off more than he can chew.
Once I beat Devin Haney, Willie, I get the winner of Ryan and Rolly.
Ramirez told us news, outlining his post-fight aspirations.
Devin Haney, you know, he's a great fighter, you know, but he's fought guys who are 135, you know, 130, 135, smaller guys. You know, I sparred a lot of guys he fought. Like, I don't say nothing, but I sparred a lot of guys that this guy's fought. Like Combosos, I sparred him and at Freddie Road. I just know the type of fighter I am, so I'm not worried about anybody.
No.
You know, I'm more worried about, like Tio said, he's undefeated because he lost to himself. Well, I feel the same way.
Interestingly, Ramirez also weighed in on the Garcia-Romero fight, predicting that Rolly will pull off an upset.
Hey man, I like Rolly, bro. You know, Rolly is a nice kid, bro. Like, you know, he's funny, he's charismatic, and I'm sure he's gonna train hard. Ryan too, you know, Ryan's a good, you know, he's a good fighter. He's fast. You know, he doesn't have too much tools in his toolbox, but whatever he has, he uses them really well. So, you know, that makes him dangerous. It's a tough fight.
For Haney, everything is on the line. A loss, particularly by knockout, could spell the end of his time among the elite. His only viable path forward might be to attempt to return to 135 pounds and try to rebuild his career against smaller opposition. But at this stage, whether his body can still make that cut is a significant question mark. The stakes couldn't be higher for Devin Haney. May 2nd will reveal whether he's still a force to be reckoned with or if his best days are already behind him. Thanks for tuning in again. If you enjoyed the video, drop a like and share your thoughts in the comments. Don't forget to subscribe so you never miss any exciting content. See you next time. Stay strong and motivated. Take care.